All right, a Democratic president stuck with crises at home and a Cold War on the verge of turning hot said that Moscow's recent invasion was the greatest threat to peace since the Second World War. Was that Joe Biden? Nope. Try Jimmy Carter. Yep, 42 years ago, Jimmy Carter, often compared to slow Biden, Joe Biden, denounced the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan and announced the boycott of the Moscow 1980 Olympics, a mostly symbolic move that only hurt the Olympic athletes. Well, now we have Joe Biden faced with Russia's war on Ukraine. He has a pretty similar, pretty useless response that so far has done little to deter the Russian madmen. And now, like Carter, Biden is heading to Poland. And now I'm nervous again. I'm nervous. Aren't you nervous? Should be. Biden can't find his way around the White House lawn. Please, look at this. Please, Secret Service, take care of him. You're supposed to take a right there, Joe. You're going straight. Like the Waze app, it changes your direction once you miss your turn. I'm worried Joe might wander off, get lost, and end up on the wrong side of the border. We all know this administration can't find a border. If he stumbles into a war zone, if anything happens to Joe Biden, then I'm really scared because we're left with number 2 and number 3, and that's scary as all hell, folks, because at least when Biden's tucked away uselessly in Delaware, I know he's coming back to his White House naps in one piece. But Joe's going to Poland, and that's a scary concept right there. Poland, where as we speak, they're preparing their troops for possible war, for a possible Russian or Belarusian attack. Not the best place for our number 1 to be. Remember, if something happens to Biden, number 1, this is what we're stuck with.
The governor and we were all doing a tour of the library here and talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children.
She said it 4 times, and I still don't have an idea what the hell she was talking about. Russia is a country. Remember she said that? Ukraine is a country. And that's all Kamala clearly knows.
I will say what I know we all say, and I will say over and over again. The United States stands firmly with the Ukrainian people in defense of the NATO alliance.
Oh, really? News to me? No, Kamala, Ukraine isn't part of the NATO alliance. Maybe our VP should actually read one of her briefings once. But if she doesn't know what she's talking about, at least Kamala can always do what she does best. She can laugh it off.
Is the United States willing to make a specific allocation for Ukrainian refugees?
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Okay, so.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm frightened by the leadership at the top. Number 2 embarrassed us on the world stage last week. And now number 1 is going to finish up the job. That is, if he can find his way to Poland.